I'd like to call this meeting to, wow. Oh, you already called it to order. 5:40. Mr. Domer, roll call, please.
Present.
Present.
You know I'm here.
Here. The City Council will meet in closed session for the following. City Manager Domer, please read the closed session items for the record and let us know if there will be any report out afterwards.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The items will be conference with labor negotiators pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6. Negotiators are the city manager, assistant city manager, and city attorney. Employee organizations are the Laverne Firefighters Association, Laverne Fire Middle Management, Laverne Police Middle Management Association, and all unrepresentative employees. Second item is conference with legal counsel, existing litigation pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.9, subsection D1. 5 cases, that's Guerrero versus City of Laverne et al., Los Angeles Superior Court. Case number 223-CB-00644-JAK-E. Ramirez versus City of Laverne et al., Los Angeles Superior Court. Case number 24-PSCV-00767. Ruiz versus City of Laverne et al., Los Angeles Superior Court. Case number 23-PSCV-02495. Smith versus City of Laverne et al., Los Angeles Superior Court. Case number 2:23-CV-00644-JAK-2. And Gonzalez versus City of Laverne et al., Los Angeles Superior Court. Case number 24-STCV-34625. There will not be any reporting out tonight.
Council, any comments before I go to public comment? I'm going to open up public comment. Anybody wish to speak on this item? Seeing none, we're going to close public comment. At this time, we will recess at 5:33 p.m. and reconvene at 6:30 p.m. for a regular city council meeting. Thank you all. Have a great day. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? I can hear myself. Wow. Well, good evening. We're going to start this meeting at 6:36 p.m. on Monday, February 2nd. Can you believe it's February already? I want to remind everyone that per the city's rules of decorum, all speakers, members of the audience, and council members are to conduct themselves with decorum and not to engage in conduct that interrupts the orderly conduct of the city council meeting. Also, public comment through Zoom may be accepted for the agenda items listed within the consent calendar, public hearing, and discussion calendar sections of the agenda. General public comments would be accepted at the meeting by those physically in attendance at the appropriate time. Tonight, we are very pleased to have Danielle Lewis, Army Sergeant E5, to do the Pledge of Allegiance. Danielle, can you please come forward?
Okay, so I am Sergeant Lewis, Danielle, for everyone. Everyone, please follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance. All military veterans, first responders, and active duty personnel, please render a hand salute. And after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic to which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
You could stay there.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
How you doing?
Uh,
Doing good?
I'm hanging in there still.
All right, all
Unlike
right.
the old picture on the wall, I'm still hanging around.
Good to have you, Sarge.
Thank you.
So, okay, you guys can all hear? Oh, you know what? It's always good to be in company of America's best and America's finest, I always say. Whether you're an athlete, or service member, or first responder, you put your life out there to support our community. And just like today, we have Sergeant here today, Sergeant Lewis. And I'd like to give this moment in time to Sergeant Lewis to talk about herself and what she's done. Good old Army. I'm still in the Army. Yeah, I know. I got this whole retirement plan, but I'm waiting for my son to get in so I could pass the virtual torch to them and he can move on and do great things. But today, it's about you, Sergeant. We wanted to thank you for being here, starting our Pledge of Allegiance to our City Council meeting, and it's something that's really important to us as a community. So enough about me. We'd love to hear a little bit about you.
What you want to know?
I want to know when you started in the Army, what's your MOA?
Okay, so I actually enlisted in '93. I am a Gulf War vet. I followed after my, who was also in the Army. My older brother, he was in the Navy, which my mother wanted. I have two MOSs, or something was. Actually, I was a drill corporal at one point in time. So I was. I first went in as 11 Mike, which is mechanized. I went into 35 Echo, which is communication security radio repair technician or contact repair. I also did honor guard, color guard, funeral details. I was also in the service when I was at Fort Irwin. So I was technically a color sergeant, so I rendered final honors to everyone that lived in some kind of southern area from as far north as Lompoc, as far south as San Diego. Did that for a couple. I was a staff driver in the military, so I drove for how they are.
So I get my car. I mean, every good office does a great SDO. I get it. But.
Yeah, and I was deployed a couple times. I was deployed to the Middle East a couple times for part of Gulf War, which Operation Warrior, Operation Southern Watch. I was deployed to Balkan for Operation Joint Endeavor to uphold the Dayton Peace Accords, implementation of that, and unfortunately, that's where bad memories. Because I was also assigned to NATO, UN, when investigators adequately nicknamed gravediggers. There were evidence of wars. I was attached to them. No, I actually got out of the service about 8 years. I was fortunately passed up for promotion time, so I sorry to say I had to call in a few favors from officers. Fortunately, that helped, but no, it didn't help. I went from that into the Air Force Reserves. I didn't stick with that because my PTSD diagnosed for that. Back to serve, so I couldn't serve.
City of Verne, Daniel Lewis. Did it on behalf of 5 Army veterans. Daniel Lewis, gratitude. One second. Get this fixed, please. Yes, give us 1 second. Stand by, Sarge. Gonna update. Couple minutes.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Danielle. Mr. Doma, roll call, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Councilmember Crosby.
Present.
Councilmember Johnson.
Present.
Councilmember Lau.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Kaushpagita.
Here.
And Mayor Hepburn.
Here. Tonight, we have two presentations, and you're going to start. Go. You ready?
Here we go.
Let's go.
So our first presentation tonight, I'm really excited to be able to give because it is to the 2025 ULV women's volleyball team. If you weren't watching women's volleyball, despite all of my efforts to get you to watch, this was a really exciting team to watch. And so this 2025 ULV women's volleyball team delivered one of the most remarkable seasons in program history, finishing 30-3 overall and 15-1 in SCIAC. 15-1 in SCIAC, while earning the number 1 national ranking for 7 consecutive weeks and remaining in the top 10 all season. Yeah, let that sink in. The Leopards captured the SCIAC regular season championship and were led by head coach Jeff Hendershot, who surpassed 100 career wins and was honored along with his staff as SCIAC Coaching Staff of the Year. If you are a coach, can you just raise your hand? Yeah. National accolades followed, highlighted by Maya Ray being named NCAA Division III National Player of the Year and becoming the program's first. She became the program's first 2,000 kill athlete, alongside multiple All-American and All-Region selections. In the postseason, Laverne claimed the regional championship, advanced through the Elite Eight and Final Four, and returned to the NCAA National Championship match for the first time since 2008, finishing as the 2025 national runner-up. With 30 wins, record-breaking performances, and a return to the national stage, the Leopards didn't just make history, they launched a new era of Laverne volleyball. Can I have the coaches come on up? I have Robert Echeverria, Jesse Johnson, Randy Taylor. And I'm going to have Randy go ahead and announce the women. We'll have you
from that staff. All right. I'm going to call them by the names we call them. Bella Emanuel. Kimmy Watanabe Mayhew. This way first, yeah. That way? All right. America Reynaga. Morgan Watkins. Vanessa Marquez. Emma Yogan. Tova Craig. Another All-American this year, Zachy Costin. Another All-American this year, Lauren Gott. Valerie Gallegos. Lexi Giacobbe. Kat Bloomer. Bella Hargrave. Mariah Ray. Malia Capistrano. Abigail Montana. Kaylani Mumolo. Sophia Alessandra Montana. It says Nunez on. Sorry. Okay. Maya Ray. Alana Jones. Brisa Nakachia. And Camilla Vongpak. You want to?
No, no.
Okay. We have support staff in Caitlin Patterson. Our athletic trainer, Josh Davis. Assistant coach, Mario Meza. Assistant coach, Jack Coberly. Assistant coach, Ayana Mir.
And Randy Taylor Toomey. So I know there's a lot of us, but I know we want to do a photo, but I wanted to.
Yes. This team has come together over the last few years and worked really hard to get to the national stage again. And it's been a little hard to not win the national championship and focus on having 30 wins and only 3 losses, and one of those losses being the national championship. But the body of work that they put together should be recognized for a long time at Laverne, and is something as an alumni that has been very far from our program for a long time, and they brought it back, and it's here to stay. And my favorite thing to say about this team is that they're actually really great people off the volleyball court, and they're fun to be around, and they're going to go change the world in other ways besides being great at volleyball. So we're very proud of them, and they're very proud Laverne residents of down the street. So thank you for having us in the community.
And then before you all leave, I also wanted to bring up Jasmine Cheng from Senator Susan Rubio's office. She has a presentation for you as well.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the volleyball team for being here today. Thank you so much. On behalf of Senator Susan Rubio, 22nd Senate District, I want to present this certificate to you. And, you know, college sports, it takes a lot of passion, sportsmanship, and training and practice, and you ladies did a really great job. Congratulations on a great 2025 season.
Okay, and before you all move, I know that they're going to want a photo, so we're going to try to arrange. Clearly, you're all taller than everybody else here. No, let's all. We all have to. Oh, that's right. Okay. Come on.
I know you're lying. Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
How's it feel to be small, Kat?
Oh, shit.
It doesn't even work back here.
Moving. Ta-da. Woo woo.
Who is also an alum? Yes?
No, sorry, I'm not an alum. Just really quickly. Oh no, I master's program, perhaps. So yes, hi everyone. My name is Adriana Perez on behalf of Assemblymember John Harabedian. Just wanted to congratulate you all on a fantastic season. Your accolades just surpass what we all, I guess, what we all, hope for women's sports. And I think it's important that you guys are a beacon of hope in women's sports as well. So congratulations. Continue on with all your achievements. You guys are leaders, as your coach stated, on the court, but as well as off the court. So keep that tenacity, keep that, leadership, and continue on. So congratulations.
Thank you guys so much. We're so excited to have you here. I watched your season, and it was amazing. And I cried a little bit when it ended.
You cried? No.
But it was amazing to watch you guys. I think at many a council meeting, I said you need to tune in because it is like poetry in motion. It is amazing to watch you all work together and how tight you are and how well you represent the university. So thank you very much from one alumna to all of you. Thank you for everything that you've done. And I will shamelessly plug for anyone who wants to go to the Scholarship Gala. This may be the first time in many, many years that we are honoring a sports team. And it's going to be the ULV women's volleyball team at our gala this year on May 2nd.
Oh, Miss Laus always represents. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
That suddenly got all quiet. How are we doing tonight, Laverne? All right. Love the mustache, sir.
Oh.
Tim's doing a wardrobe
Oh,
check.
yeah.
He might have pulled a muscle. He might need some help.
He's going to go help him.
There he is.
Sorry, I had to do a little change-o. Got our new fire chief. That's very important to dress the part as the mayor. So, our second presentation item is the ceremony swearing in of Fire Chief Brandon Coatney. Chief Coatney, please come forward. It's all you. Hey, I already changed. Come on. Seriously? Hey, right.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. It is my privilege to swear you in, Chief. As the Assistant City Manager and also as an assigned Deputy City Clerk, I have that privilege, so thank you for allowing me to be part of that tonight. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Brandon Coatney, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California, that I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter. Congratulations, Chief.
To get a fire chief, we have a son that's for the fire department. We get a great family behind him. And your parents are here. You're going to introduce my parents, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wife and kids.
All right. Floor is yours, Chief. Let me just a sec here. I had to write it down because I'm not as brilliant as the. No, I'm just kidding. It's former chief. Try to do this without knocking the microphone off of here. Good evening, Mayor, members of the City Council, City Manager, distinguished guests, members of the Verne Fire Department, family and friends, and extended family from fire departments from the area. Thank you for coming tonight. First and foremost, I want to begin by acknowledging the person who has been the foundation of my entire career, my wife. Her support, patience, and belief in me having been the single greatest reason for any success I have achieved in this profession. The fire service is not an individual calling, it is a family commitment. The long hours, missed holidays, interrupted plans, and constant uncertainty are carried just as much at home as they are at the station. I would not be standing here today without her sacrifice, strength, and encouragement, and for that I am forever grateful. I'm also deeply thankful for the support of my entire family, whose lives collectively reflect deep and enduring commitment to public service. My father, Earl, proudly served in the United States Army as a Vietnam veteran, instilling in our family the values of duty, service, and sacrifice. My mother dedicated decades of her career at Greenwood's Uniforms, which, if anyone in this room has been in the fire or police service for more than 20 years, probably bought something at that store and saw my mom behind the counter there. My brother, Cameron, who is here, and his wife both serve as middle school teachers, shaping future generations through education and mentorship. Throughout all the accomplishments of my own career, nothing brings me greater pride than the accomplishments of my wife, Barbara, my daughter, Bryn, and my son, Bryce. My wife has dedicated her career to public service as a pediatric ICU nurse, a clinical instructor for the nursing programs at Riverside Community College and Cal Baptist University, and now serves as the clinical director of nursing education for RUHS Medical Center, which is kind of a big deal. Our daughter, Verne, is a surgical ICU nurse and holds her master's degree in nursing. Our son, Bryce, is a firefighter paramedic right here in Laverne, and the funny thing about it is he was actually hired here before I was and actually has seniority on me. So I would be cut first if there was anything. Seeing my family follow these paths of service is both humbling and profoundly meaningful, and it represents generations committed to serving others with professionalism, compassion, and integrity. I would like to sincerely thank the mayor, the city council, the city manager, and all city staff for your trust, support, and partnership as I step into this role. The success of a fire department is inseparable from the strengths of its relationship with the city it serves. I am grateful for the collaborative environment that exists here in Laverne, and I look forward to continuing to work together in service of our community. I also want to acknowledge the accomplishments of Fire Chief Nig. I share a true friendship with this man, as we have worked together at multiple agencies for more than 2 decades, and I served as his deputy fire chief here in Laverne for the past 3 years. To say we have been through some difficult and trying times together would be an understatement. But it is what has molded us into the fire service leaders we are today. Under his leadership, this department made significant progress and meaningful advancements, and I'm committed to building upon that work and to continuing to move this organization forward in a positive, professional, and thoughtful manner. To the members of the Laverne Fire Department, thank you. I am humbled by the overwhelming support I've received as I assume this position. The unanimous support from the membership of the Laverne Firefighters Association, the Fire Middle Management Association, and all other department members is not something I take lightly. That level of trust carries responsibility, and I remain fully committed to maintaining the collaborative relationships that have been the cornerstone of where this department stands today. There's no question that the Laverne Fire Department is a very different organization than it was just 5 years ago. The pride, professionalism, and ownership demonstrated by the members of this agency are truly inspiring. It is evident in how you train, how you serve the community, and how you represent this department every single day. I am proud to serve alongside you, and even more proud to serve as your fire chief. As I close, I want to reaffirm my commitment to the citizens of Laverne, the City Council, and every member of this department. I am committed to providing a premier fire department, one that is professional, progressive, and deeply rooted in service. We will remain current with industry trends, fiscally responsible, and operationally efficient, while never losing sight of our core mission, protecting life, property, and community we are honored to serve. Thank you for your trust, your support, and the opportunity to lead this exceptional organization. It is truly the honor of a lifetime. Thank you.
God bless you.
Chief, if you could stay there, please. We have a certificate from Assemblymember Harbidian's office with Adriana Perez. She wanted to give that. And then next would be Jasmine Chang from Susan Rubio's office. They have certificates.
Once again, hello everyone. Good evening. Chief, congratulations. On behalf of the California State Assembly, I am proud to honor your dedication on behalf of the Assembly member to the City of Laverne. Your extensive experience and commitment to public service is truly commendable, and I look forward to your leadership and the impact you will have on this department. So congratulations.
Hi, good evening. I'm not sure if I introduced myself earlier. My name is Jasmine. I'm with the Office of Senator Susan Rubio, and we're here to present a certificate of recognition to the new fire chief here in Laverne. We're so excited to work with you, and Senator has always had a great relationship with various fire departments around our district, so we welcome you and congratulations.
I do want to also mention, Chief Coatney, that we have Chris Nigg and his wife Cassie in the audience. If you would stand up for a little round of applause. Thank you. I think it would be a good idea to get a picture of all of the staff and you guys together right here, if you don't mind. I think that would be great. All the people, our guests, please come over. Association, all you guys, come on over. Get out of the way. Yeah, we're behind. Congratulations. Thank you. On memory lane or something?
You're always a little slow. Why don't we do Mountain Valley?
You guys don't have to stay. Got things to do.
Yes, yes. Like,
Thank you all.
just in case.
Ooh, 7:15. Good. Okay. She doesn't make the cookies, okay? It's him. Oh, my goodness. Now we will move on to announcements of, oh, wait, Mr. City Manager. Oh, Mr. City Manager, do we have anything from closed session for this evening?
Mr. Mayor, there were no reportable action taken in closed session.
Very good. Now I move on to announcements of upcoming community events. I do have one card from Adrian Romero, our librarian.
All right.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, and staff. I would like to introduce a few events that will be taking place at Verne Library. We have two programs this month celebrating African American and Black History Month. First, on Wednesday, February 18th at 4 p.m., we'll have a creation station for children ages 6 to 12. During this workshop, kids can recreate inventions made by African American inventors. This art activity will also teach about past contributions made by Black men and women that influence our world today. And on Thursday, February 19th, we'll be holding an art activity for teens. Participants will draw a self-portrait in the style of artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. I hope I'm pronouncing that. And after the art activity, they will explore the works of this artist and other influential African-American artists. And February is also Library Lovers Month, and library visitors can get a free heart-shaped stress ball while supplies last. To get the stress ball, a person only needs to tell a library staff member what book made them fall in love with the library. And in celebration of the Lunar New Year, LA County Library is distributing red envelopes to visitors. These envelopes are empty and given to customers so they can fill them with a small gift to pass on to others. The library will distribute these envelopes until February 12th. Thank you.
Thank you, Adrian. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Any other announcements from members of the audience? Okay. Mr. Domer, you have something to announce?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just want to bring to the public's attention, I know I had sent an email to the City Council on this. This just came up from the county. The county is looking to put a half-cent sales tax on the ballot. This would be the Healthcare Funding Restoration Act, and it proposes a temporary voter-approved sales tax to bolster healthcare access and public health capacity across Los Angeles County. It is a simple majority. It would be sunsetting in April 1st, 2032. And I want to bring it up to the people so that they know that on next Tuesday, which is, I believe, the 10th, the Board of Supervisors is going to be debating it. So on February 10th, the Board of Supervisors at their meeting is going to be considering whether to put this on the ballot. And if people have concerns about this, they should be contacting their local supervisor. providing comments to the Board of Supervisors or letters. I did get some information today, so we'll try to make it available as best as possible. Then I'll find out if there's any web page or anything like that from Supervisor Barger's office or anything, but I do believe it is important because, again, it is a half-cent sales tax, and the people should have that knowledge and say matter.
Thank you, Mr. Domer. I have a couple updates. This is the sanitation districts 22 and 21, which we're part of. They will be doing they contain all of our sewer infrastructure. They will be pushing out a cost increase, like our own sewer and water rates. The fact is they haven't kept up with the pace. Unfortunately, chemicals, construction, everything else has been, costs are going up, so you'll be seeing that very soon. It's not a lot, but it still increases every year onto our tax bill. So, also, I was at a CalCog meeting. I'm a second vice president, actually first vice president of CalCog. They represent 49 cities throughout the Oregon border to the Mexican border, and they basically are an agency that represents metro transportation authorities, also COGS, and one of the big things was SB 79, which we've all been talking about, which is basically building homes on transit areas, and it's heating up big time right now. So more information on that. They're trying to see if they can supplement the bill to change it because it's going to really affect some of the communities tremendously. Building 8-story apartment complexes on a transit within a half a mile or within a quarter mile of any transit. And there are specific areas. Los Angeles County obviously is one of them, and San Francisco. So a big topic of conversation. Plus some of the other things, vehicle miles traveled. You've been hearing that in the news. They want to increase the rates on that as far as taxes for gas. So hopefully bring back more information on that. We've got a lot of these organizations that are fighting this, and I think it's a good thing to fight it and see what we can do about that. Do I have any other announcements from anyone on the council? That would be a no. We'll go ahead and close announcements. We now move on to the consent calendar. All items on the consent calendar are routine. Will be enacted by one motion unless a member of the city council or member of the audience requests separate discussion or just wants to make a statement on one of the items. Council, any request to pull any items?
Mr. Hepburn, I have a conflict of interest or a possible conflict of interest with the weed abatement. Properties that's listed for weed abatement is adjacent to my office on Arrow Highway. So I am not voting or...
You'll abstain from that. I don't think we need to remove from the room. Is that
correct? He does. He can remain at the dais, but he is announcing now that he's has that conflict,
from that.
and so he will
and
not
I
be
am
voting
not
on that.
Voting on that issue, but I will vote on the consent calendar.
Okay.
Excluding that item.
With that, Mr. Domer, do we have any things that were pulled from the consent calendar?
Nothing was pulled, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
I move to approve the consent calendar.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Vote, please.
I had a motion by Crosby, a second by Lau, approved 5-0 with Councilmember Johnson recusing himself from item 5.
Very good. Thank you. With that, there are no public hearings. We'll move on to discussion items. There are 2 items on the discussion calendar tonight. First is the update and discussion on increased wireless cellular coverage in North Laverne. Senior Manager Domer, I think you're going to report on this. Is that correct?
That is correct, Mr. Mayor. So this was requested because of the lack of cell service in the North Laverne area, and basically this is being defined as north of baseline. Do want to state that there is a submitted public comment that was provided prior to the meeting from Robin Carter about this. So the council has copies of that. That'll be made part of the record. Basically, as it stands right now, there are, if you have Verizon, you have, like I do, and I know several others.
You mean no service at all?
No service at all in various areas of the North Laverne area. T-Mobile and AT&T are better, and one of the reasons that they do have better coverage is that there are 2 what are called macro towers, or your typical cell tower, that are at the clubhouse of Sierra Laverne Country Club, the former country club there. So in the staff report, there's some dates. So Verizon did have an application in for a third macro tower there, macro cell. And for various reasons, those permits expired. And then they were pulled again. And then around, I believe it was 2021, they were, that date right? Yes. 2021, the tower was not constructed. The thought is that because of the sale or the pending sale of that property, there didn't want to be another interest, and so that was just not accomplished. But that is one of the main reasons why anybody who's a Verizon customer has very poor performance. When you look at what's called a propagation map, or it's a cell coverage map, you see that there are clearly holes around there. The good news, well, first of all, what role does a city have in building cell towers? We really do not, except for zoning and the permitting process. As people will know, and as council will remember, we did work with Crown Castle. They're a nationwide installer of fiber and build cell towers and everything like that. We do have an MOU for a new product that they call Rapid Connect. So when you are, the key to a new cell tower, even a small cell, and I want to define a small cell as something that is not a macro tower, but it can be placed on a building, can be placed on a street light in the public right-of-way, or on a standalone pole in the public right-of-way. But the key to those is having a fiber connection. So in North Laverne, when it was built with an undergrounding ordinance, which said all utilities pretty much have to be underground. There are some above ground utilities up there, so there is some cellular connection to different places. And then there is a fiber. There is a fiber line that runs up Wheeler to approximately the Oak Mesa area. So the goal with Crown Castle would be to then extend that from the Oak Mesa area up Wheeler to Golden Hills, and then across Golden Hills so that we can connect different right-of-way structures, streetlights, on Golden Hills, or even have something at Low Branch Park. That would really help with the cell coverage up there for Verizon and really anybody else, because what's going on, as everybody knows, is everything now is connected. You know, not just your smartphone, not your iPad, but pretty much a lot of things in your house are connected via wireless information, and that is all clogging the bandwidth issues. So what's separate from that is the city was recently approached by Verizon for some small cell installations throughout the city. There would be 2 small cells located north of baseline, but it wouldn't impact some of those holes. It would improve coverage, bring it up to fair to good. But we believe there's some extra opportunity, and that fiber line up Wheeler to Golden Hills would help improve that, again, because there's no fiber. The other issue is that down here, even there's poor Verizon coverage here at City Hall, and they're looking at 6 small cells south of baseline. So with their application that we're working with them on, we're working on what's called a master license agreement so that they can place them on our utility poles. They can do that pretty easily with an encroachment permit. So that's some of the issues of how these companies come in. The best thing would be a tower, but we don't have an application for that. We are looking, I've called Pasadena and getting information from them because they've actually worked with Crown Castle on the Rapid Connect, trying to get an understanding and an estimate of a linear foot cost for that type of installation. It's not a boring method. It's not a trenching method, which is a more costly. What this is a micro trench, about an inch, inch and a half into the asphalt. That goes up, cable is laid. There's connections made to where a street light would be, and then it is filled in and capped. So it's a process that is much more efficient and less expensive than the trenching. So, but the other thing is now that AT&T is coming in, Crown Castle has worked with them before, so I'm hoping that the understanding that Verizon is coming in and looking at small cell sites, that they would be able to partner with Crown Castle do that initial funding of the fiber up Wheeler to Golden Hills, and we can get going. Doesn't mean we're going to have anything next week, but several months. We do expect within the next 2 months that we have those encroachment agreements. Within the next 6 weeks, this council should see the master license agreement come back for approval. It's going through the our city attorney's office right now. And with that master license agreement, again, it's going to be a template for any small cell attachment. The FCC, several years ago, I think it was around 2016, had some new regulations where it caps the amount that a city can get in rental income from somebody using our streetlights. And that's like $270. So that's per pole per year. Per pole per year, yeah. Before that time, one of the reasons why the telecommunications companies worked with the FCC to get this is cities were charging several $100s and thousands for such facilities. And again, that's not really affordable for the telecommunication companies. So now we have the 270. But again, for us, this would be an increase in the cellular coverage and a public benefit. So with that, it's just an update report. Any direction, which would be to include, continue to working with AT&T, look forward to the master license agreement. Will take, but it's really kind of just a quick update to understand where we're at, that we do have at least 6 to potentially 8 small cell applications coming in once we approve the master lease agreement, the master license agreement, and hopefully that will spur on some other investment. The only other thing is that, again, I will bring back a cost if I get a decent amount on what it would be to maybe subsidize and push it a little bit more. If we could work with Crown Castle and get them to install that fiber, it's that if we build it, they will come type of approach. So I'll bring that information back, and of course with some type of arrangement to hopefully get repaid that amount because somebody would be paying for it anyway. We would just be priming the pump.
Very good. Thank you, Mr. Domer. I'm going to open up public comment on this item. Anyone wish to speak on this item? Mr. Domer. Mr. Bowen.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and the council. Pardon me. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I'm sure you will. About 6 months ago, I believe you said you had a deal with Crown to do this, and from Mesa, up Wheeler, across Golden Hills. And I believe it's on record that you said you had a deal then. So I question now why that is now being kind of renegotiated. And secondly, if Verizon is now coming to us and wanting cell towers, small cell towers, it's called leverage. Why don't we go back to them and say, well, we'll do this, but we have a dire need in northern Laverne because last year in the fire, people were cut off from any communication. It could have been a real disaster. So my business that I used to be in, I would use that as a leverage point, come back to them and say, great, we're more than happy to talk about southern, but we have pretty damn good coverage all over the city other than northern. Let's use that as leverage, even to have them possibly put up a tower. So that's just a recommendation based on what you just talked about, and I don't have privy to the details, but it's an idea. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bowen. Anybody else wish to speak on this item? We'll go ahead and close this item, bring it up to the dais. Do you want to answer that question? Then I do have a few. Yeah.
Sure, yes. And I don't know the date that it was passed. It may be in the agenda report, but that was an MOU with Crown Castle to go ahead and do that. There was no funding to actually do it, and it wasn't an agreement that they were going to do it. It was based on them working with other cellular carriers to do it. So it wasn't they are doing it. It was they have the ability to now. We've given them the license to do it. And so working now with Verizon, hopefully they'll be able to do something, or at least if we come back, if it's cheap enough for that type of installation and we have a cost estimate, then I'll bring it back to council to say, hey, they have the ability to, but they don't have anybody yet doing it. So, but is it worth it to the city council for X amount in order to, again, prime that pump? Connectivity in the North Laverne area is very critical. You know, I'm not for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile, or Mint, or Cricket, or anything else like that. But the easiest way to increase your ability for cell coverage is to switch a carrier that has good coverage up there. But you know, I'm not switching my Verizon right now, so but that's the quickest way. But so hopefully with these efforts, hopefully with the master license agreement, on the mention of leveraging and all that stuff, it's exactly what we did. So they came in with the 2 that are north but don't cover all the holes, and the others that were south of baseline, and fill in some holes over here. And we said we want some along Golden Hills. So we are pushing them, but I'm not going to deny anyone's coming in south of baseline if they can't give us, for any reason, something further north.
Very good. Councilmember Crosby.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's noted, too. In 2021, when we were talking about this, putting a tower here, putting a tower there, we had many residents coming and complaining about 5G and putting up towers, too. So every good deed does not go unpunished as well, and there's always 2 sides of the story of people wanting or not wanting things around. And so just want to make sure and bring that to our attention when we had quite a few residents come in here as well.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby. Mr. Johnson?
Yeah, the EMF electric fields, that's an issue with any of the cell phones. But AT&T seems to work pretty well when I'm there.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. I have Verizon. Thank you. Is that all, Mr. Johnson? Mr. AT&T?
Yeah, I have no problem.
Councilmember Lau.
No, I just want to say thanks for moving this forward. I think whatever we can do to try to get it to move quicker, I'm sure the residents in that area would appreciate, but I also understand that the city does not erect cell towers, and so we are dependent on, negotiating these deals and hoping to make ourselves a welcoming place for folks to want to put these towers up or to participate. So just keep pushing and let us know how it goes.
Thank you, Councilmember Lau. Mayor Pro Tem Cash.
Thank you, Mayor. I am concerned about these small micro towers, whatever they want to call them, putting on top of various light poles in the vicinity of any other neighbors where, again, my colleague, good friend, great person right there.
Rick Crosby.
Rick Crosby. What was your name again? That guy.
It's in front.
Is that what it says? Sorry, I don't have my optics today. Did mention something that is important to me, and that is the spread of cancer, and that other people have complained about that. My other question is, why can't we just go to satellite tracking? I understand that some of these towers they're not using them as much, and they're going to satellite tracking. Is this something we can do? Just food for thought. That's all. And if we can negotiate anything else, I'd like to see them at least work on paying some part of the fee to get it. I mean, it's their customers, and I have both Verizon and AT&T, and I have but no, hold on. In AT&T, if I get up from the couch and I go to the 10 feet behind me, it shuts down. It's a problem. I know. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. 2016, as City Manager Joe mentioned, we had a very robust discussion on basically micro cell towers, which would be on top of our lighting poles and things like that. But the RF factor, as far as the FCC, they weren't saying that there was an issue, but we need to be very cautious of that. But at the end of the day, North Laverne is a dead zone from Wheeler Avenue, about 40 feet onto Wheeler Avenue, make a right on Golden Hills. That's it. And you go all the way you hit almost to Stevens Ranch Road. Before that, you lose cell. Then you go from Stevens Ranch Road all the way around. It is a dead zone from Esperanza until you go to the bottom, trek down at the bottom of the hill, and you pick it up just as you're coming to the flat point. So whatever we can do, obviously we need to keep safety in mind, but at the end of the day, I was on a 911 call. We had a neighbor's house full of smoke across the street. I was in my backyard, and I could not make a call to save my soul until finally got a spot where, I don't know, I put an antenna on top of my head, held onto a metal rod, and put my legs out and, adjusted. But it's serious. It's been an issue. Sorry that the golf course closed. At the end of the day, they could have had a Verizon tower. It would have been not an issue at this point. But we need to do whatever we can and to protect all the residents up in North Laverne, because in an emergency situation, it's a bad deal. So let's see what we can do. All the stops out, and let's go forward and see if it's a cost item. We need to really look at that. But at the end of the day, it's safety and the concern of our residents. So thank you, Mr. Domer. Appreciate that. Our next item of discussion is the Tri-City Mental Health Authority Governing Board Representative Appointment. Hey, Manager Domer, please, I think you're going to report on that also, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and do this one, too. So the Tri-City Mental Health Authority, which we are a member, we're one of 3 cities, Claremont and Pomona, is seeking to fill their governing board vacancy. Carolyn Cockrell, who has been on it for a while, resigned in November of 2025. So we put out appeals and a lot of information and had 5 individuals submit applications. The committee put together, which is Councilmember Lau and Councilmember Johnson, reviewed all of the applications and are recommending the appointment of Trent West as the new governing board member to Tri-City Mental Health.
Very good. Do we have any questions for staff before we go to public comment? We're going to open up public comment on this item. Anyone wish to speak on this item with the with Trent West being appointed to the Tri-City Mental Health? With that, we're going to go ahead and close public comment, bring it up to the dais. Any other discussion? I think we need a motion then.
I'll move to appoint Trent West to serve on the Tri-City Mental Health Authority Governing Board as the Laverne representative.
I'll second that.
Second, vote please.
Motion by Lau, seconded by Johnson to approve, 5-0.
Very good. Thank you. Congratulations, Mr. West. Bring him up. Would you like to come up and say a few words, sir? Please, come up. He is here.
Thank you. Thank you, Trent West. Just pleased to accept the nomination and serve and do what I can to help bring hope to families who are in various stages of crisis or dealing with mental illness in their families. And thank you.
Thank you very much. I also do want to thank the other applicants. It was quite I think it was 4 other applicants, 5 total. What I didn't understand, I was going to ask you guys, there were 3 applicants from Birdie Drive. There's something about serving on Birdie Drive up in North Laverne that I noticed that. It was like all from Birdie Drive. But anyway, congratulations. Look forward to that. And the people that did apply, there's lots of things going on in the city. There's going to be other applications to fill out and be part of the city. So we do appreciate that.
I just wanted to echo my thanks for all those who did participate. I know that was I know in other times and places we don't get as many people who actually apply, so I appreciate that. And I did want to call out that one of our applicants is actually a student at the University of Laverne. And so I applaud people from all ages and stages in life for being active participants in the community. So I hope that although that person did not get the nomination this time around, I hope that that doesn't deter any of these other applicants from applying for other positions.
Thank you, Councilmember Lau. Councilmember Johnson, any comments?
I'm just glad that we were able to appoint somebody that has had an interest in Tri-City Mental Health. It is a unique agency as far as having a mental health facility within our 3 cities. It's very important, and appreciate your work. Thank you.
And I'd be remiss without saying that we do have staff from Tri-City Mental Health. They do an amazing job for a city to help all of our issues with either mental health or with our homeless population and the situations we're dealing with now. They do an amazing job, and they have great staff. So thank you very much. And you have AT&T, Steve? I just want to check that again.
It works, too.
Okay, very good. There's no other business tonight, so we move on to public comments. This is the time set aside for anyone wishing to address the City Council on items not listed on the agenda but within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. The Brown Act prohibits the City Council from engaging in a discussion on any item not on the posted agenda. If you're concerned, may be referred to staff or placed on discussion at a later date. I will 3-minute time frame for public comments tonight. At this time, anyone wishes to speak to come to the podium. Please state your name and record for speaking. Anybody wish to any public comment tonight? Oh, come on. Wow. We're going to close public comment. Bring it up to the dais. Councilmember Crosby. How many holes was that today that you walked?
36 holes today.
36, excuse me.
Watching a college
I was adding
tournament.
2 extra ones, yeah.
You know, I don't have a lot tonight, and I know we're going to do this a little later, though. I just want to thank Lupe's family for being here tonight. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady. She, when I first was running for council, just sat me down and went through everything, and just a tremendous person. So I just want to make sure you knew that from the bottom of my heart. I have only one other announcement, is that we have our Sweethearts Dance on February 13th for our intellectual and developmental disabilities. That is one of my daughter's favorite things to do, and it's even on her birthday. So,
wow.
Sweethearts Dance, it's right here. It's from 5 to 8. Get your tickets. They go by fast.
Thank you, Mr. Crosby. Councilmember Johnson.
I too would like to recognize Lupe. She was a favorite of our family. My father was on the council when she was hired, along with my brother, and she's always been a very important person. All are going to miss her. I mean, yeah, I don't want to take anything away from Lupe because she means so much to me, family. We received from Craig Beaumont a history of volunteer firefighters within the city of Laverne. And it was nice to see all of the individuals that I recognize, the names. Growing up in Laverne as a child, there's certain things that we remember. When the Laverne had a volunteer fire department, and when there was a fire, the noon whistle would be rung over and over and over again, and you just hear cars racing to the fire department. And we had the volunteer firefighters. My father was a part of that. Grandfather was the first fire chief in the city of Laverne, paid fire chief. And Dave Diaz, who lived across the street from us, Dad and Dave would hop in their car and just race to the fire department. And Lupe, it's so special. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Councilmember Lau.
So I'm going to do this in reverse order so I don't end up doing what Steve did and get a little emotional. So I'm going to save that for the end. So just a couple of reminders and things for people to know. Tomorrow is National Girls and Women in Sports Day, and the University of Laverne is hosting, along with the Foothill Citrus Athletic Directors Association, the Girls Got Game Conference. And so this is an event that they hold annually where girls in middle school, high school can go attend and hear from women who are working in the world of sports, whether as an athlete or in that industry. And so it's a really great time for young women to learn more about how they can enter this, what has traditionally been a male-dominated field. So if you missed your opportunity to maybe sign up for this year's event, it does come around every February. Also wanted to remind folks that we do have our strategic planning session this Saturday, starting at 8, and it will be in here. So Again, there should be an agenda, I think, released. I think we had talked about this last time. So if you can't or don't want to stay with us for the whole 6, 7, 8 hours that day, you can look at the agenda and attend at the time that makes most sense for your concerns and your issues. And then another reminder that the State of the City address will be taking place on February 18th from 8 to 10 at the Campus Center at University of Laverne. So for those of you that are interested in finding out what's going on with the State of the City, you can attend that as well. And then, as I announced earlier, this year's ULV Gala on May 2nd will be honoring our volleyball team. So for those of you who are here at the beginning of the meeting, you got to see some of these amazing women. They really are amazing athletes, but also amazing scholars and students. So if you want a chance to come support our student body, you can do so at the gala. And then last but not least, as has already been said, Lupe is going to be very much missed. She was the person that swore me in when I first was appointed to the Planning Commission, which feels like a lifetime ago now. And I remember it right here. She was also the person who helped navigate when I decided to pull papers to run for office. And I think, for anyone who's not been through that process, it can be really daunting. There is a lot of things that have to be done, a lot of paperwork that has to be filed, deadlines to meet. And Lupe was always incredibly organized in that respect and provided information and guidance. And a lot of times just support. You can do this, and that meant a whole lot. I think that for a lot of people, that have sat up here before that experienced Lupe, she probably helped a lot of people get over that fear of, should I do this or not? And I think that's a really big deal. So I'm sad to hear that she's gone. And so I extend my sympathies and my condolences to your family. But she will be.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem Cash.
I'm a man of few words.
That's not you.
No, it's not me. I'll start with this. As we're getting close to graduations coming along in the very near future, it's good to see, as I'm going around talking to a lot of our future leaders, I like to say each one independently is a leader. I see a lot of our citizens here in Laverne, young kids, young men and women, looking forward to a great future. And talking to them, some are taking the path of joining military service. Some are taking the path of going to college. Some are taking the path of learning a trade. All of which I tell them, as long as you're moving forward in life, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. And so, having said all that to say, it's kind of hard for me not to even mention anything about a dear loss of an amazing woman who worked many years here in this city, which I remember as a kid when I came here. I know I'm turning 50 next month, but I moisturize to look young.
You're a child.
I moisturize to look young. And by the way, Lupe said I'm her favorite council member. She would tell me that, Cash, you're my favorite council member. And she would turn around and laugh all the time. But God bless her in heaven. And should we all do good, we could all be there. As long as your faith is strong. Don't ever forget that. Do good, like she did and many others. And final destiny is heaven. If I could be so lucky. So, I don't want to take too much time. And I only want to adjourn with her great name. And we'll have a long legacy in our great city. God bless her family. God bless anybody who's known her. And continue to stay strong. Stay Laverne strong. Keep the faith.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Cash. Lupe was probably one of the sweetest people in the city of Laverne. And for me, as Councilmember Lau stated, the Planning Commission, she swore me in, and the City Council, she swore me in. But I was telling the family before this, she kept me out of trouble. She would call it, not all the trouble, because I got in trouble on my own. I didn't listen to her, but no, she was wonderful. Just a spark of life, always happy, always friendly, loved her family. It's a testament to show of all you here tonight. She was amazing. She kept us on path. She would call us if there was a problem with our stuff, our packet we'd fill out, which was daunting. When you're a newly elected official and you're even applying to run for an election, she was wonderful. She knew all the ins and outs. She knew all the paperwork. She was sweet. And my biggest thing is I remember when she finally got to go to Hawaii, and she was so tickled. I know I went over and said hi, and her husband was there, and unfortunately, 66 is just too darn young to lose someone that was such life. You guys have given someone to this city that was wonderful, was sweet, was always kind. I don't know many people she did not like. She always had a happy smile. She always was always friendly. Was always a spark every time we saw her. And if anything, I can say to any of you, keep that spark alive, because she was amazing. She was just an amazing person, and she truly, truly will be missed. And we're here as a family. If there's anything the city can do for you guys, please let us know. She was truly incredible. As Councilmember Johnson stated, probably the original family around here. We've got still family that still work for the city, and I can see Lupe and you too. So I mean, it's just that smile, the eyes, but she will be missed, sorely missed. With tonight, will be adjourning in honor of a longtime employee, Lupe Guerra Estrella. Lupe was born and raised in Laverne, where she built both her life and her legacy. In 1979, she began her career with the city of Laverne as a clerk typist, and over the next 4 decades, Lupe served the city in numerous roles in the city clerk's office, primarily as the assistant city clerk, ending her career officially as the city clerk. Her more than 40 years of service reflected a deep commitment to public service to the community she loved. Lupe's relationship with the city of Laverne extended far beyond her professional roles. Her career was truly a testament to love, family, and community, as several members of her family also served the city, including her sons Gilbert Jr. and Sean, her sister Amelia, and her brothers John and Eddie. Lupe was the light in every room. She had a generous spirit, always ready to help anyone who crossed her path. Above all else, Lupe cherished her family. She was a devoted wife to Gilbert Sr. and a loving mother to Sean and Gilbert Jr. She was also a proud grandmother to Joseph, Zachary, and Zoe, whom she adored. She talked about you guys all the time, just so you know. In her free time, she enjoyed going to the movies and shopping, and she was often seen driving around town on her way to her favorite local theater or clothing store. Lupe passed away peacefully on January 18, 2026, at the age of 66. She leaves behind a lasting legacy of service, compassion, and community that will endure in the city of Laverne. Those who worked with her and were fortunate to know her will carry forward her generosity, her dedication, and love for this community. Our deepest condolences to the family and all of you. If we could now have a moment of silence, please. May she truly rest in peace, and Godspeed to her. Due to the President's holiday, the next regular meeting of the Laverne City Council, scheduled for Monday, February 16th, 26, will be held on Tuesday, February 17th at 5:30 p.m. This Saturday, February 7th, will be the strategic planning session that we mentioned at City Hall from 9 to 4 o'clock. This is your opportunity to give the future of the city budgeting and planning, join council and city staff for conversations. As a reminder, upcoming events and meetings are posted last page of the City Council agenda. We are adjourned at 7:57 p.m. Thank you all for coming, and God bless Lupe.